Yo, it's Shady Boss, spawning in cold, stone and a torch, no silver, just gold. Naked and broke, but I move with a plan. Farming these nodes with a rock in my hand. Chopping these trees like I'm setting a tone. Building my base out of nothing but bone. Got traps at the door, yeah, I'm cooking with flair. Step on my land, say a quick prayer. I wire like Tesla, or maybe just guessing. Hook my fridge up to the light, now I'm stressing. Solar on the roof, battery fried. Turret turned on and it cooked my hide. Farm runs deep, I don't mess with the roads. Got my own grind, I'm stacking my loads. Recycling junk while I freestyle fate. Raid me, you better not show up late. From bandit to outpost, name rings loud. Solar squad, I stand out in the crowd.
What up, survivors? It's ShadyBoss420, and today I'll be showing you how to do an automatic wireless shutoff for your SAM turrets and other things in Rust Console Edition. So first off, you'll need 2 branches, a blocker, a timer, a splitter, a RF transmitter, and an RF receiver. Now get your 2 branches out, and I expect you already have a power source and battery set up, and I have a large battery here with a branch. The branch is powering the light. Now off of that branch, I'm going into my first branch for this circuit, and then from I'm going to color code these for you to make it easy to follow. So from the first power out of that branch, you're going to go into the second branch's power in. And then then you're going to set down your RF receiver. And then from the branch out of the first branch, you're going to go into the power in of the RF receiver. Alright, so we got that set. Now we need to get out our our timer. From the power out of the RF receiver, you're going to go into I'm going to color this for you. You go from the power out of the RF receiver into the toggle on the timer. And then from the branch out of the second electrical branch, you're going to go into the power in on the timer. And then we're going to get out our blocker. And then from the power out of the blocker, or the branch, we're going to go into the power in of the blocker. The second branch, power in goes to the blocker. And then get out our splitter. Now the power out of the blocker goes to the power in on the splitter. And the reason we're using a splitter is so you can split this up between multiple SAM turrets if you have multiples of them. And then from the power out of the timer, we're going to go to the block pass-through of the blocker. And we're nearly done here. We're gonna bring the power out one, or the first power out of our splitter to the power in of this turret here. This is my example. I don't have a SAM site right now, but it works the same with the SAM site, just different power ratios. So you want to set your frequency to 555 or whatever you want to set it to. Don't use 555. And then you want to set your frequency on your RF transmitter to the same. And then how this works is when you trigger the RF, or you want to set your timer to however long you need to take off and land. I just have it set to 10 seconds here. But so when you hit the power on the RF receiver, or RF transmitter, it sends a signal to the receiver that blocks the pass-through and cuts off the power to the SAM site or turret or whatever you got it hooked up to. And it'll cut it for the amount of time you have set on that timer. So basically, if you set it to however long you need to land or take off, when you go to take off, you just hit the button on your RF transmitter, and then you'll take off. And I'm just quickly showing the circuit here again, just so you can see where everything's headed to here. But yeah, it's a fairly simple circuit, and it's useful for multiple things. It could be useful for letting friends into your base if you want to shut your turrets off for a brief time or something, or for some other reason. But it works best for SAM turrets, SAM sites, because it'll shut them off long enough for you to take off or land. And it's completely wireless. And it fits in a 1 square, so it doesn't take up much room either. Alright, this has been Shady Boss 420. Peace out.